So as of May 15th, your girl starts to pay off her debt. And I believe by December 1st, I will be completely done. I know I can do it way before then, but you never know. You never know what can happen. Life can happen. So I'm going to give myself December 1st to pay off my debt. I am so happy and so grateful that today, August 6th, I am completely credit card debt free. I had over $40,000 worth of credit card debt. I had 13 cards, don't judge me. But I could not be more happy and more excited. Hey, what's up y'all? It is Tamia and I am back with another video. So this video is going to be a little different. We're going to be talking about how I paid off all my credit card debt. So you guys, I was in $40,000 worth of credit card debt. We're going to go all the way back. So I initially started, using credit cards to getting credit cards like 5 years ago. I was ignorant to the fact that I didn't know what the fuck to do with a credit card. All I know is these people kept sending me cards and I just kept cashing out and maxing the bitches out. So one day, I think I had texted my mom or I called my mom. I'm like, how is it that I'm making all this money doing this other stuff, but I'm not really seeing the funds for real? And she was like, well, you do have all them cards and you need to just pay them off. So I'm like, oh, fuck no. How? There's no way in hell I'm going to pay off this credit card debt. So initially, this was back in January, I went to the bankruptcy office. I was going to file Chapter 7. Very nice guy. He was willing to, work with me, of course, because they're about their coin. So yes, as I was in the office, he was asking me questions, and one of the questions was how much money was in my bank. So I told him, and he looked at me, he like, oh no. He's like, oh yeah, you gotta come back in 6 months. You need to take all your money out of the bank, so that way they don't track how much I have in the bank, or else they're gonna take it all. So I'm like, damn, I want to get this shit done now. He talking about coming back in 6 months. Oh, fuck. But yeah, fast forward. So yeah, I'm like, F this, F that car, F them credit cards. I'm not paying nobody squat. So of course the process don't start right then and there. So I have to come back, later on, like in a couple months or whatever. But that's when the corona and the quarantine start happening. So of course everything didn't go as planned. So in the midst of the quarantine, I decided, I'm like, you know what? I feel like I can do it. I'm going to try to do it. So I didn't know it was going to take me this short amount of time to pay it off like I did. But I'm like, I'm going to just give myself until December 1st. And it ended up being sooner. Thank God. So in the midst of that, I think my first initial payment was like $7,000. So I would just pay $7,000 here, $100 something, not $100,000, but $100 something here, a couple thousands there. Like, it was just, I was making money and then just saving it and throwing it to the credit card companies because I just wanted to be out of debt. I feel like we all know what it feels like to have that big ass burden on you, knowing you have to pay out all this money a month on top of, rent, mortgage, or, whatever, car note, whatever you have. So that alone is already a burden. So I'm like, it's no way. Like, I got to figure something out. So as I was paying out, all this money for my debt, I also started learning the whole system of how credit cards work and the credit score. So I'm like, okay, so the utilization has to be under 20%. Okay, make sure you paying off, you know, a large amount of money every month instead of just the minimum, which I was already kind of doing, but not fully doing. So I was doing that, and I was just taking like little tips and tricks from, YouTubers, and then my friends. They'll give me, little pointers. But I will say I've never missed a payment on any of my credit cards. I don't play that. I was just maxing the credit cards out. Like I was just ignorant to the fact that I didn't know what the hell to do with a credit card. You know? But my advice to anyone out there is just find different ways to make money. Find different avenues where, you can make money and still live a lot, still live your life, basically. So with me, I have more than one income, so it didn't affect me at all, luckily. So yes, just find different ways, man. The feeling of being in debt is the freaking biggest no-no. So now I'm like, okay, should I just rip the cards up, or should I just like use a small amount on gas? That way, it's still showing that I'm using the card, but my credit score is going to also go up. Not to mention, my credit score did go up about 50 points, which was clutch. So yes, so I think that's how I'm going to, do it, because my credit history is not that long. Like I haven't had a credit card for that long for me to close it out. So I think if I do close it out, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't even want to use them fucking cards. I want to rip them up. So now I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm still trying to figure out, what to do with the shits. So yeah, y'all, I will say I'm happy I did not go the bankruptcy route, because that shit stay on your credit for like 10 years or so. And mind you, I want a big ass house and I want a lot of things, and having bankruptcy on your credit report is not a good look at all. So like I said, this is my story. Fuck them cards. Don't get them shits. If it was up to me, if I could go back and rewind, I probably had like one credit card. Just one. But yeah, y'all, I feel like you live and you learn, You live and you learn. Learn from it, move on, and just don't make the same mistake. So yes, this is my little story time, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video.